million judgment against me, but I only have $1 million insurance policy, I, Joy, am on the hook for $1 million. Whatever asset, vehicle, real estate, business that's in my name, I can now lose that. So there is no one thing you can do to bulletproof your life. Sorry. But one thing we can do is have multiple tools, multiple things to either mask our ownership or to put layers between us and the asset. And one of those tools will be an anonymous LLC. An anonymous LLC is going to be an LLC that when someone goes to the Secretary of State's website, they do not see the owner's information. There are 4 states that do this: Delaware, Wyoming, New Mexico, and Nevada. As you see here on normal articles of organization, that's the document that forms your LLC. The owner's name, the owner is the member, their name and the address is going to be listed. However, in anonymous LLC, there's no ownership information, just the registered agent, the business address, but there's no ownership information. So one way of not being sued is when someone goes to search your name. So in a lawsuit, opposing counsel is going to Google you. They're going to go on your Instagram and they are going to search up Secretary of State's websites. They're going to see what is your name on. If your name isn't on any kind of business or assets, then you don't look like a good target to sue because it looks like you don't have anything. So an anonymous LLC is a great way of masking ownership. Now, a holding company is going to be a great way of how we can own our assets so that we don't lose them, okay? A holding company is just going to be an LLC, but it's how we use the LLC. So it's not going to do business with the outside world. It's not going to enter into any kind of contracts with the outside world. All it's going to do is own the asset, meaning the title of the vehicle is in the holding company's name. The deed of the house, the trademark application is in the holding company's name. So you'll have one entity or a holding company that owns the assets. You'll have a separate LLC, your operating LLC that does the business. So if I have Joy's Rentals, the holding company will own the assets. Joy's Rentals will be doing the business. There will be a lease agreement between these two. And every single month, my operating LLC will pay my holding company a lease fee to be able to use the assets. So therefore, if someone slips and falls and kills or breaks their neck and sues me, I'll only lose the cash flow. I won't lose my hard assets. So a holding company is a great way of protecting your assets, and the owner can still move the property in between different entities. Now, another way of setting your business up is if you want to have one business own multiple businesses. So a holding company owns assets, a parent company owns businesses. If you want a simple structure, you would just have your LLC separate, or you can have one entity, your parent company, own the other LLCs. Now, why would you want to do this? Well, number one, you may want to mask your ownership. So you would have your parent company be in an anonymous LLC state. And then the parent company would own the LLC that's actually in your state doing business. If you're in a high-risk industry, credit repair, trucking, construction, you're not going to get maximum funding. You can have the parent company own the high-risk business, move the profits up to the parent company via a management fee, and get funding from the parent company. If you're trying to get funding with multiple businesses and each business alone does not meet the income requirement, but together they do, you can move the profits up from all 3 businesses via a management fee and then get funding from the parent company. Be mindful that if we do have this structure, all the corporate formalities must be followed by the baby company. So filing an annual report, not commingling funds, and making sure that your LLC is active. So putting it all together, you would own your trust would own your parent company would own your other LLCs, and your holding company that owns the assets is always off to the side, never connected to anything. Now, here are some other tools we can use to protect ourselves. A trust, a revocable living trust, is going to be the most common trust. However, it does not give you any kind of asset protection while you are alive. Okay, it does give you asset protection upon your death, because when you die, your assets immediately go to your heirs, go to your beneficiaries. However, while you are alive, it doesn't protect anything, because you can still move the asset around if you have a revocable living trust. The trust that bulletproofs your assets is going to be called an irrevocable living trust. Once you put an asset in there, it is good as gold. However, you are no longer able to touch the asset or control the asset either. So you can't encumber the asset, you can't move the asset to get a collateral loan, you can't touch the asset. So in business, a lot of times we got to zig and zag, we got to kind of move some things around. So for this reason, a lot of times more entrepreneurs prefer using a holding company to protect their assets, because they still want to have control over the asset. Now, some estate planning basics would be you want to have a trust. So although a trust doesn't protect your assets while you are alive, it protects them upon your death. So immediately your heirs get the assets, versus a will. A will has to go through probate court. There are probate fees, and it takes about 6 months to a year to actually probate a will. And then sometimes assets are going to be lost in probate. You want to make sure that you have, number 2, what's called a pour over will. If you were to own an asset but not transferred into your trust. So if I have a trust, but I went and buy a car on Monday, I haven't had time to go to my estate planning attorney's office to take that title and put it in my trust name, and I die in the interim, my pour over will says any asset that I own upon my death immediately goes to my trust, and then that way the asset goes to my beneficiaries. You want to make sure that you have 2 power of attorneys, a medical power of attorney and a financial power of attorney. Someone who has control over your body. What happens in the hospital? Are you going to be an organ donor? Do you want to resuscitate? What's going to happen? And then you want to have another one who's over the financial decisions. Who has access to your bank accounts? So you may want to have your mom or your spouse over your medical records, but mom or spouse may have a casino problem, right? So you may not want them over the money. So yes, you can have one person over both, or it could be 2 separate people. You want to also make sure that we have a bank account beneficiary. You want to list someone on your bank account that will have access to it upon your death. A lot of times, people don't realize these things. Upon your death, your bank account is frozen. No one can just go and access it unless they're listed as a beneficiary, or unless that bank account is listed in a trust. So a lot of times, if grandma dies and grandma's money is in her account, and no one can afford grandma's mortgage, and grandma's property is being probated at 6 months to a year, this is how assets are lost in probate. No one can afford the mortgage. No one can touch grandma's money. And so the property gets foreclosed on as we are waiting in probate court. So you want to make sure that these small things are done, because as you are going on in life and acquiring assets, we want to make sure that they are going to our beneficiaries, not being lost. And then last but not least, you want to make sure that you have a life insurance policy. There are multiple types of life insurance policies. Ramel's going to get, I think, into that more, but they have, for less than a Starbucks cup of coffee a day, you can have $1 million policy. For this reason, if you were to get sick as an entrepreneur and be in the hospital, how are you going to pay your bills? There are policies that will pay you while you are sick to still make sure your bills are being covered. Upon your death, you don't want your loved ones to be grieving you and now having to move out of the family home, having to now go to a new school. You want to make sure that we're setting our families up to be able to maintain the same type of life. So my my breadwinners, my single moms, my single dads, we want to make sure that the kids' life is going to be at that same level as it was when we were living. So having a life insurance policy is a must. So I broke down how we're going to structure our business. I broke down how we're going to protect our business, the different tools that we're going to do. I said to protect our business, to protect our assets, the different tools that we're going to use. I'm now going to bring Boone up. He's going to show us how are we going to acquire assets? How are we going to have these things be able to put into our trust so that's going to be able to make money for us throughout our while we're living, and things to be able to go on and pass down to our loved ones. So Boone, are you here?
There we go. What's up? What's up? What's up? Yo, I need every single person in here to put thank you, Joy, in the chat. The things that she talked about, the thing that she explained to you guys is stuff that every single person here has to know, because what we're about to get into is buying properties, building assets, building wealth. But if something small happens that can make a big impact as far as you losing everything, that is not a good thing. Imagine building up all this stuff, this wealth, this life insurance, all these things, and then you lose all of it because you did not properly protect your assets. So what she's saying is truly, truly important. Because like I said, we're going to get into the nitty gritty of how to build this stuff, but we don't want to build all of this and then lose it. Everybody got it? Put ready in the chat. You guys are ready. So look, I want to make sure I introduce myself and explain who I am before we get into all this real estate stuff. I'm gonna share the screen, I'm gonna share the whiteboard. But first and foremost, I want to introduce myself. My name is Derek Boone. I'm a real estate investor in Philadelphia. We own millions and millions of dollars worth of real estate. We have done so many millions in real estate deals and real estate transactions. But the most important thing I want you guys to understand is that you guys can start and do all these same things, if not go past me, starting today. Everybody put today in the chat. Because a lot of people see that, okay, Joey's doing her thing, Ramel's doing her thing, Boone's doing his thing. They're making all this stuff happen. They seem so far away from where I'm at. Put me in the chat if you feel like that right now. Like, dang, they all doing their thing, but I feel so far away that it's impossible for me to catch up. It's impossible for me to get started. It's impossible for me to even make some type of dent in this big wealth thing that I'm trying to get into. And what I want you guys to know is you are not far away. You actually closer than you could even imagine, but you're just missing a couple little pieces that actually get the ball started. So the first thing I want to do is I want to share something with you guys, right? Because a lot of you like, okay, I hear this guy, he's talking some good stuff, but who exactly is he? And I don't see any receipts. I don't see any results. So I want to share a couple of things. I've been in real estate since 2016, buying houses and flipping houses, renting houses out. I started out as a real estate agent, then I went to real estate wholesaling, and then I went to full-blown real estate investing for you guys so you guys can see. 1 second. Let me share the screen for y'all. Here are just some of the houses we've done. Purchase property, we flipped this one. Purchase property, flip this one. As you guys see, all our work is quality. Purchase property and flip this one. This is just three of the multiple houses we have done. But another thing I want to share with you guys is you guys see this, doing this is $1 million just in deals just right here. But the real thing that I want to share with you guys is this right here. This is me when I just first got started. So before the real estate, before the buying house, before the flipping house, before the renting out the houses, before all those nice and fancy things, this was me just getting started. And real quick, comment me in the chat if you're someone right now that just feel like you're in that space where you see me in the chat right now. This is me working at a retirement home. I was making $10 an hour at this job. My job was dietary. So that means I was serving the elderly. I was giving them food, prune juice, apple juice, all the stuff that they wanted. And I worked 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Then I would do a second shift, 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. And my 1 hour lunch break I would have from 1 to 2. That's where I was at. Sitting inside this break room, reading real estate books, studying real estate, listening to podcasts, doing anything that I could do, listening to anything that I could that could help me get out of this job. So I would use my 60 minutes to get out of my 8 hour shift. And that was my entire goal. Like, what can I learn? Who can I connect with? Who can I listen to that can help me get out of this position and get out of this job? And I want you guys, and the real reason why I want to show you that is because somebody in here, like you guys said, me, are in this space right now. But I want to show you guys that if you lock in and utilize your time and utilize your resources that you have right now, I promise you can get out of that space that you're in right now. But another thing I want to ask you guys, how many people just feel fed up right now? Just put fed up in the chat. How many people in here specifically feel fed up? And it's not fed up like I'm broke, I don't have any money. I'm talking about I'm just not doing the things that I really want to do. I'm just not living the life that I really want to live. I'm not fully fulfilled. I'm not doing the things that I'm actually proud of. I don't have anything I can pass there. I always have to work for every single dollar I make. And for y'all that's in that space, and there's a lot of you guys, if not all of you guys on here, for all you guys that are in that space, I want you to understand right now that all of that stuff can change if you utilize that fed up moment you have as fuel, as fire, as leverage to get off of that position. So right now your back is against the wall. And like I said, doesn't necessarily mean you don't have any money, but you're just in that space where your back is against the wall, maybe emotionally. So I want you to use that wall and use this energy, this fed up space that you're in, to use that as leverage and kick off of that so you can go get to the place that where you actually are destined to go. Every single thing that you want, from is real estate to money, the life insurance to stocks, whatever type of lifestyle that you want is already set in stone for you guys. And you guys have the GPS, which is us. You just need to go ahead and make that first step. So put in ready in the chat if you guys are ready to make that first step, because I'm about to go ahead and give you the exact coordinates to put in and your GPS starting right now. Perfect. So let's go ahead and get this ball started. So the first thing I want you guys to know is what I do is real estate investing. We flip houses, but then we also rent houses. And the one thing I want to share with you tonight is in reference to renting out houses is this is something that does not cost a whole lot of money and things that you can do. So one of the things I did just recently is I purchased my son his first property. As you guys can see, we purchased this on September 30th. We purchased property on September 30th. This is him at closing. This is him actually going through the property while we've been working on it. And this is him walking through it on that very first day. So going through that whole process, but the biggest thing I want you guys to pinpoint is that this exact investment only cost me $8,275.16 specifically. A little over $8 grand, I was able to purchase a property that's now going to be worth between $160,000 and $170,000 in the next 2 weeks, to be honest with you. So real quick, what I want you going to ask you guys is how many people in here have access to $8,000, whether it's cash, whether it's savings account, whether it's checking account, whether it's stocks, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's retirement, some form of fashion, credit cards, line of credit. If you have access to $8,000 right now available. And the reason why credit cards, yes, all of that stuff, and no matter which form of fashion, we're going to talk about how you can utilize that and leverage that to get started. And for those in here that says, I do not, we're also going to be talking about in a little bit how you can go ahead and get access to that kind of capital to go and get started. But the biggest thing I want to pinpoint you guys is we're able to purchase an entire property that's going to be making money forever off of $8,000. For some of y'all in here, comment me if you thought that I may needed 100 grand, 50 grand, 200 grand, 300,000. I need all this money to get started when I just showed you guys that you don't. And the real reason why we're able to go ahead and do those things is because we're utilizing specific strategies, specific formulas that allow the banks want to give us money. It's a reverse. A lot of times we're begging for the bank to give us money. Now we're positioning things. We're providing opportunities to the bank where the bank actually want to give us all the money we need to go ahead and invest. So I want to share something with you guys for you that don't believe me, right? This is my bank right here that I've been emailing. And it said from a value standpoint, this loan looks like it makes sense for 100% funding. So that means they're giving me all the money to buy it and they're giving me all the money to fix this house up. This is directly from the bank. So now when we have situations like this, we're not worried about having 100 grand out of pocket. We're not worried about having an 800 perfect credit score. We're not worried about having $200,000 in credit because we're utilizing these strategies. So now the bank is like, look, listen, this is an amazing opportunity. We want to invest into you. We want to invest into this specific deal. Put God in the chat if you guys got that. And how we're able to go ahead and do this is while we're following a specific rule that I love, which is called the 65% rule. Everybody put 65 in the chat. And what this rule, what this formula, what this strategy is a strategy us real estate investors do to make sure we do not lose money. It's very important that you understand that we utilize this rule specifically to make sure we do not lose any money. And I promise you guys, if you don't listen to anything else, you listen to this. If you follow this specific formula, you follow this specific rule, you will not lose in real estate. And if you do, it's going to take a lot of stuff to knock you off your square. But this formula is set up so that way you're going to have enough room in your transaction, in your deal, so you do not fall short and you're always going to come out on top. So how this works is All right. So is ARV times 65% equal all in? So I already know the first thing that somebody's going to ask is, well, what the hell does ARV mean? So ARV stands for after repair value. In other words, after the house is fixed up, after the house is all beautiful, after the house got the new floors, the new cabinets, all that stuff, this is exactly how much it's worth. So for someone that's like, well, how do I even find that number? So if you go to realtor.com, I'm gonna write this down. If you go to realtor.com and you type in the address to your personal house and you scroll all the way to the bottom of the page, it's going to tell you all the recently sold houses in that neighborhood. And you look at the ones that are brand new, new floors, new kitchen, new cabinets, and you see how much those houses are selling for. It is a high, almost guaranteed chance that you will be able to sell your house for the exact amount as that one sold for. So let's say, for example, you scroll to the bottom, you see houses in your neighborhood selling for 400, 500, $600,000, whatever that number is. And if you make your house look like that, there's a high chance that your house will be worth the exact same amount. Put aha in the chat. That was an aha moment. So now we know, okay, if these houses are going for 500,000 fixed up, if I just go ahead and fix my house up a little bit, now my house can be worth $500,000. So this is exactly how, and it takes not even 5 minutes to find this information out. So now we could take this info and we know, okay, if my house is worth 500, I just times it by 65%, then I equal to all in. So now the next thing is, okay, what the hell is this all in? So I'm going to use the house that I purchased for my son. I'm going to use this as a example. So now this house, once it's fixed up, is going to be worth $160,000. We times it by 65%, and it equals what? I'm going to be asking y'all some questions all night. Put in the chat, how much is that math? What is that math? What is that formula? 160,000 times 65%. Somebody in the chat, work with me, work with me. Thank you, Paul. 104 grand. I love it. $104,000. So now somebody's probably in here asking, okay, what the hell am I doing with the 104? What exactly does that mean? So 104 means my all in. So that means how much I'm gonna buy it for and how much do I fix it up. So if I go ahead and buy this house for $100,000, I can put $4,000 worth of work into it. If I buy it for $4,000, I can put 100 grand worth of work into it. If I buy it for 50,000, I can put $54,000 worth of work into it. I don't care how you put the math together, as long as you're all in under this, it is an amazing deal. It's a great opportunity. It is a no-brainer. And what I want y'all to do is in the chat, put together your own little math. If you guys want to buy for 20, put 84, put in the chat what exactly is y'all little math, y'all purchase and y'all fix up number. And the reason why I want y'all to do this is because now you're about to become your first, if not this, you're already a real estate investor. This is how we're doing our math and this is how we're putting things together. So this is a little exercise for you guys. So now we know that we have to be all in no more than $104,000. And when we do that, the bank is pretty much going to say, like I showed you guys, this works for 100% financing. And even if the bank doesn't want to give you 100%, they will probably give you 90%. So that means instead of not having 0% money in, maybe I only have to put 10% in, which I'm going to show you guys in a second, which this specific house, right? We bought it for 36K and then we fixed it up with 64K. So if you guys can do the math, this means I'm all in 100 grand. And yes or no, is $100,000 less than 104? Yes or no, yes or no, yes or no. Is $100,000 less than 104 grand? Bingo, it is. So that means this is even better. So the lender is like, yo, this makes sense. I'm all in on this. We are willing to fund this. And that's how I was only able to come out of pocket 8 grand. And for you guys, it's like, well, if it's 100%, why do you have to put out $8,000? Well, if you go to the dollar store, you buy anything, there's something called tax. There's something called fees. So when you go to the dollar store, you buy something for $1, you're going to have to spend $1.08, $1.10, whatever that math is going to be. And it's the same thing with real estate. We have to pay for taxes, fees, commissions, all those little things were added up, insurance, which added up to that $8,000. But when it comes to these two numbers, I don't have to put a penny out of pocket. It's 100% funded and sent to me directly by the bank. Put follow in the chat, you guys are following me. Put follow in the chat, you guys are following me. This stuff making sense. Perfect, 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 perfect. So now this is how this works. The thing is, when you utilizing this type of funding, these type of lenders, they are called hard money lenders. And the reason why I love hard money lenders and I always work them because they're asset based, meaning they're lending off the asset. They don't really care too much about your credit. They don't care too much about, your job, W-2, tax returns. They don't care too much about those things. They want to make sure the actual asset actually makes sense, which this does. The only catch is, everybody put catch in the chat. There's always a catch. The only catch is that these loans are only for 12 to 18 months long. So that means you got 12 to 18 months to do what you need to do and get the deal done, whether you want to sell it, you're going to rent it out so you can go ahead and pay them back. Now, what I like to call this is them little bank, right? So I got 12 to 18 months to go ahead and figure this out. But what I go ahead and do, because I want to keep this house. This house is for my son. It's not something we just keeping it. We buying and we flipping. This is something we keeping for the long haul. So what I like to do is I like to go to big bank, which is maybe credit unions, Bank of America, all these bigger banks that offer 30-year fix, and put yes in the chat if you guys are familiar with 30-year loans, 30-year fixed mortgages. So now what happens is big bank is going to go ahead and buy out little bank, and now they're going to be my new lender. They're going to be my new bank. Put follow in the chat if you guys are still following me. How they specifically work, instead of 65%, they do something, they lend up to 75% on the deal. So now if the house is $160,000, I'm gonna say this slow, we times it by 75%, and that equals what they're going to give us. Somebody in the chat, tell me what that means, what that number is. 160,000 times 75%. Somebody in the chat, what is that number? What is that number? What is that number? Exactly, Malcolm. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All on it. And Tatira told me the answer too. So that's $120,000. So what that means is the bank is going to wire over $120,000 directly over to us. But who do we have to pay back first? Before we actually get this $120,000, who do we have to pay back first? Let me see if y'all quick with it. Who do we have to pay back first? Exactly, the first lender, little bank, hard money lender. So now when they wire us 120,000, then we had to take the $100,000 out to pay them back, but we have $20,000 left over. And with this $20,000, Big Bank is going to charge us a little bit of fees for the technical people here. They're going to charge us about $3,000 in fees. So now we're going to have a leftover $17,000 that is going to go directly to us. Now, the thing about this $17,000 and the best part about this is it is tax free. Put tax free in the chat. This money is 1,000% tax free because you do not pay taxes on lended money. So now this excess of capital is going to go directly to us. And for my scenario, I'm putting it directly into life insurance, which Mogul is going to talk specifically about. And now I can go ahead and I took $8,000 and I turned it into an actual property, an actual asset, and then that asset spit out 17,000, which I'm going to put in the life insurance. So everybody go ahead and comment, put 2 in the chat. We just killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Not only we took $8,000, not only we got an asset, a property that's going to grow 4% every single year, but then also we went ahead and took more of that money from that specific house and put it inside a life insurance policy that we do not have to pay any taxes on. Put make sense in the chat. That just makes sense. It's a no-brainer. But then the best part about this, which is the gift that keeps on giving, we just went ahead and killed 2 birds with 1 stone. But now we're going in the next piece is when we go ahead and have a property, we have a mortgage, we have to pay what every single month? Quick. I got 2 minutes. Quick. We have to pay what every single month? Bingo. We have to pay a mortgage every single month. So what I want to show you guys is for this specific house, this mortgage payment, I already did the math, is going to be about $800. Every single month, we are going to be paying about $800 for this property. And that's going to include my principal, my interest, my taxes, insurance. Principal, interest, taxes, insurance. So that's everything. The whole nut is going to be $800. But now in this area specifically, these houses are renting for 1750. And for you guys that want to find out how much your house can rent for, you go to this website called rentometer.com and it will tell you how much the houses are renting for in your area for free. So now houses in this area are going for 1750 per month. So now we put 1750 a month that's coming in and the 800 is going out. Real quick, what is that math? What is that math? What is that math? What is that math? Thank you, Angel. $950. That's now coming in every single month. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. All 12 months of the year. And that 950 is going to be coming in every single month. So not only we got this coming in like clockwork, we got the 17K that went to the life insurance. And then now we got this that can go into the savings, the checking, more life insurance. I don't care what you want to do with it, but now this is money that can go into an account that you can stack, that you can live off of. I don't care what you want to do with it, but this is money that you do not have to go ahead and work 40 hours a week for. Put a fire emoji in the chat if that sounds amazing to you, if that makes 100% sense to you, because for me, okay, this is just one house that's 950. This is just one house that gave me 17K. What if I did this 2 times? What if I did this 3 times? At this point, that third time, now you got 950 times 3. This is where it starts getting good. Now you're replacing your income. Now you're paying for your mortgage. Now you're paying for your car note. Now you're paying for your car insurance. Now you're paying for your little weekend trips. Now you're paying for your family vacations because now somebody else tenant is now financing your lifestyle, and it all started with you only utilizing $8,000 out of your pocket. So if this makes sense, if this sounds great, I need you to go ahead and put "I'm doing this now" in the chat. And why I love what we are doing, me and my business partners, because we're showing you guys you are able to do this right now. Nothing I said is something that you need a college degree. You need an 800 credit score. You need a 20 years of experience. Not a single thing. So I want every single person here to get started on this now. But before we go ahead and do this, I want Ramel to come up and I want him to show you guys how you take that 17,000, put in life insurance and turn it into millions. So Ramel, if you're here, I want you to go ahead and share exactly how you're going to do this. 7:43 on the dot. Perfect.
Man, I need everybody to drop the fire emoji in the chat for Boom. I need everybody to drop the fire emoji in the chat for Boom because he just gave y'all some game and dropped the fire emoji in the chat for Joy. But can I give y'all a little bit more? All I want, because I know y'all got so much. I know y'all got a notepad full of notes and y'all getting so much value, but do I have your permission to give you more? That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do. Let me know. Do I have your permission? They say yes. So I want to jump right into it. And what I want to share with you is how we leverage insurance to buy businesses, not only just buying businesses to pass down wealth. Insurance is the fastest way that we can actually build wealth for our families, right? So I want to get right into it and show y'all. Somebody type "show me" in the chat because a lot of people are going to talk about it. I'd rather show y'all, right? That's just really what I want to do. All right. So somebody type "show me" in the chat really, really quick. So what I want to do, I want to show you one of my policies, right? And how this thing actually works. So this right here is one of my policies, as you can see, right? Couldn't make this up if I wanted to. You see it here, but what I want y'all to look at is this number right here that's highlighted. It's 1.5 million. If you could see that number, put 1.5 in the chat. Put 1.5 in the chat if you could see that number. Right? It's very important. Now, this 1.5 million is the death benefit. That's what it says, right? So in the event that I am no longer here and I pass away, my family is going to get $1.5 million tax free. Somebody type tax free in the chat. Just let me know who would love to be able to make sure that when they no longer here, that they family or they wife, they husband, they son, they daughter, they don't have to worry about the stress of the mortgage or the stress of being able to pay bills, the stress of burying you. That's the first piece that we need to understand. But not only that, life insurance is not just for when you are dead, right? It's for when you are living. So the next line item that I want y'all to see is the cash value. And for the people that could see this, right? Put the number in the chat. What do you see? What's that amount right there? Let me know in the chat. Let's get with it. I want to make sure we on the same page, that we all know what is happening. All right. Put that number in the chat for the people that can see. Thank you, Mrs. EB. Thank you, Nah. Thank you, Linus. $319,000 in cash value. So not only am I able to make sure that my family is set when I'm no longer here, but I can utilize this cash value while I am living today. So what we do is we take this $319,000 and we're going to go to a bank, and not just any bank. You need to know what banks to go to. And what we're going to do is apply for what is called a life equity line of credit, y'all. So I hope y'all see this right here. A life equity line of credit is a revolving line of credit against your cash value. So you're not actually borrowing and pulling the money out. It's still going to grow compounded interest in your sleep. But what you're going to do is go to a bank and they're going to now give you a line of credit against that, right? So let's do some, let's make sure we're on the same page. If I have $319,000 in my cash value and I go to the bank and I say, let me get a line of credit against it, how much are they going to give me? Let me know in the chat. How much are they going to give me? Let me know in the chat, y'all. So I just want to make sure we're on the same page. There we go, $319,000. So now we have our money working for us twice. The entire wealth blueprint is to have your money work harder for you than you work for it. And your money is protected. So once we have that money off that line of credit, which I just showed you, what we want to now do is go buy a business. So we can go on websites like Biz Buy Sell, right? And we could search for businesses that's cash flowing and like bringing in money every single day. You got, car wash, laundromat, you have real estate, self-storage, so many businesses. You even have like online digital marketing businesses. It's so many things that we can get into. But what we want to do is go on websites like this, and we want to find businesses that are established and businesses that are already making money. So I'll give you an example, right, of one of the businesses that I actually purchased maybe about a month ago, right? I'm gonna show y'all this. And as y'all can see this, right, this is what we do in real time. I couldn't make this up if I wanted to, right? Your life equity is complete. But let me show y'all this, right, really quick. So what I did was this business right here, I purchased a self-storage business, right? It's the settlement statement because I want to show y'all in full transparency how this works. So this self-storage business, the purchase price was $450,000, as you can see right here. That was the purchase price, right? But what I did was utilize what is called seller financing. So I didn't go to a bank for a loan. So those of you that think you need to go to a bank and get a loan, you don't, unless, as long as you know these creative strategies that I'm sharing with you. So the seller of this self-storage business, he held a note for $250,000, which means he acts as the bank, and I just pay him interest every single month. So I only had to come to the table with $200,000 down. So if you could see this right here, right, cash to seller, right, that was about $200,000 that I had to come to the table with. Now, if you picking up what I'm putting down, where did I get the $200,000 from? If you've been picking up what I'm putting down, where did the $200,000 come from? Let me know in the chat. Thank you, Tawana. Thank you, Ebiana. Thank you, Delilah. Y'all, yo, check y'all out. Check y'all out. From my insurance. So that is the entire wealth blueprint. It's called the buy, borrow, die strategy. So you have capital. You put that money into insurance. It's protected and it's growing. You don't have to ever worry about losing it. It's a government shutdown. You lose your job, your business slow up. It does not matter. That money is protected and guaranteed. Somebody type protect in the chat. So now that my money is protected, now I'm able to go to a bank and say, hey, I have money in this policy. Give me a line of credit as collateral against it. And I use that to go buy so I can start making money. Are y'all with me? I just want to make sure y'all, like we cooking. I'm just getting started. So let's break down our wealthy framework a little more in detail, right? Because we don't understand how money works, and that's really what holds us back. So I'm going to talk about a few other life insurance policies. It's not just one, right? We have multiple: whole life, IUL, corporate owned policies, VULs, you name it. Now, the most affordable policy that we can start is term insurance. Term insurance does not have cash value. So that $319,000, what I just showed you, you cannot do that with a term. Well, we still get term for a few reasons that I'm going to share with you. So make sure you write this down. Number one, term policy is for a particular term, 10 to 30 years. So it does expire. But for as little as $100 a month, you can get $1 million policy. Let me know in the chat. Can you afford $100 a month to be able to get $1 million so that when the time comes that you are no longer here, your husband, your wife, your daughter, your son, whoever's your immediate family don't have to worry about burying you. They don't have to do a GoFundMe. They don't have to do a fish fry. Matter of fact, you can pass down wealth tax-free. I'm just being honest, because coming from where I come from, we got to do fish fries and GoFundMe's. We didn't have the money to bury my grandmother. If you relate to that, somebody type relate in the chat. Let's have the real conversation. So why not just make sure that we accommodate and get $100 a month minimum to get $1 million? That's the fastest way to pass down wealth. Not just that. You see that $250,000 mortgage that I have? Y'all remember the $250,000 mortgage? Matter of fact, I'll show you better than I could tell you, right? Let's show you this $250,000 mortgage, right? Let's just say, in the event that anything happens to me and now my family has to take over this business and this debt. Well, what happens is every time we get term insurance, right? The term insurance will pay off any debts that we have. So it'll pay off the mortgages. It'll pay off credit card debt. It'll pay off any type of debts. So now my family is going to get free and clear assets. Somebody type free and clear in the chat. This is how we build generational wealth. This is what we call the buy, borrow, die strategy, right? I buy insurance. I borrow from it. And then I go and buy more assets, and I don't never have to pay it back if I don't want to, because my insurance is going to make sure that all my debts is free and clear. Let's keep rolling. Let's keep rolling. So not just that, we have whole life, we have IULs, right? So for example, a whole life in IUL is going to be a little bit more expensive. So it's not going to be $100 a month. It's going to be about $500 a month. That'll get you that same $1 million policy, but you're going to get what is called cash value. So you're going to be able to utilize the whole life in the IUL while you are living, and it's permanent. It's not for a particular term. It does not expire. So this is for the rest of your life. But what I love about the whole life in the IUL is that I am able to take that money out, like I shared, and aggressively invest, whether it's buy businesses, whether I want to invest in the markets, whatever I want to do, I'm able to leverage it while I am living. And this is the most important piece. I hope y'all ready for this. If y'all ready for this, type ready in the chat, because I'm about to tell you the most important piece. Your money is protected and you will never lose. If you put your money in the stock market, yes, you can make 100%, but you can lose 100%. You go out there and you buy real estate. Yes, you can make money, but you can lose money. This is the truth. Yes, you can put your money in crypto and you can make it, but you can lose it. So you got to be okay with the risk. However, when you put your money into insurance, there's a floor. So you never ever lose, no matter what happens in the economy. If there's a government shutdown, there's a recession, depression, it does not matter. Your money is protected. Now, it doesn't mean you may not make 200%. You're going to make maybe 10, 12% because there's going to be a cap. But at the same time, I never lose. Does that make sense? So why I love insurance is because I'm able to put my money there. It's protected. I never lose it, but I can leverage it and go get a line of credit like I shared to go invest aggressively and go buy businesses and invest in the markets and do all the cool strategies so I can get 100% and 200%. But I know at the end of the day, I am protected, y'all. I hope y'all with me. I hope y'all with me. Now, let's have this real conversation because every time I talk about this, a lot of people get frustrated, but I remember I was a victim of this, right? I worked in corporate for 6 years at Pepsi, and I had a 401k. And if you have a 401k, put a 1 in the chat if you do. I want to talk to you real quick. If you got a 401k, put a 1 in the chat if you do. Just have a real conversation. Now, for those of you that have a 401k, are you happy with your 401k? Are you satisfied with your 401k? Is it giving you the growth that you're looking for? They said no, absolutely not. Exactly. I know for sure, because the truth is your 401k is the worst place you should ever have your money. It's a financial jail. It's a trap for your money. It does not benefit you. And I'm going to share with you why. See, most people don't even know this. The 401k is controlled by Wall Street and your employer. You have no control. So you put money in there every single paycheck, and you got to wait until you 59 and a half to get that money. What part of the game is that? Exactly, idea. It's crazy how they indoctrinate us. We got to wait until we 59 and a half to touch the money that we work for. What part of the game is that? And then when I wait to 59 and a half and I finally go and get that money, I still got to pay taxes on the growth of that money. So let's do a scenario, right? So Adia, let's just say you work for 20 years and you put money into your 401k every paycheck for 20 years consistently because they told you that your employer is going to match you and you're going to be set for retirement, right? Well, when you grow this money, let's say it gets to about $200,000. Immediately when you pull that money out, you got to pay taxes. Let's just say you had a 25% tax bracket. Somebody let me know in the chat, what's 25% of 200,000? Where my mathematicians at? Somebody let me know what's 25% of 200,000. Thank you, Brian. 50,000. So that's gone. Right out the gate, off the top, you might as well just say bye-bye to $50,000. So now, Russ, you down to 150,000, and then you got to think about the cost of living and inflation because $150,000 is not the same as it was 20 years prior of you saving and building. So now you're really down to about 100,000 because you got to factor in inflation. So if you really do the numbers, that means that you worked for free for 10 to 15 years of your life. Let me know who's ready to sign up for something like that. That's what everybody's doing that don't know this information. You are working for free, giving away your time and your life because you don't have the right strategies. But that's why we putting together free workshops like this, because we want to help you get control of your money. Somebody type control in the chat. Yeah, they don't put it to you that way. Can I tell y'all the real? This is what happens, right? See, you put your money in a 401k and they go and buy businesses and invest in insurance and invest in the stock market, and they go make 2, 3, 4, 5 million, 100 million, and then they give you pennies off the money that you work for. It doesn't make sense. But let's say you actually rolled your money out of that 401k into an IRA, or you just pulled that money out and just took the penalties. And that's what I did. I took $40,000 out of my 401k when I quit Pepsi, and I paid some fees. There was some penalties. They taxed me on it, but it was about $32,000 left, and I took the $32,000 and I put it as a down payment on a 6-unit apartment building that I purchased. I purchased it for $115,000, and now it's worth $575,000. So let me know, how much money did I make by losing? See, I had to be okay with a deficit first. I had to be okay with pulling that money out. But I knew if I controlled my money, then I would make a lot more. Does that make sense? Are y'all with me? So imagine if you took your money out of this vehicle and you put it into insurance instead. And then you leverage the insurance to go get access to more capital, and you bought a business that brings you $10,000 a month. Let's do some math. Somebody do $10,000 a month times 12. What's that number, y'all? Put it in the chat. You bought a business that's bringing you $10,000 a month times 12. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. That's $120,000. Thank you, Nah. So now let's do 120,000 times 20. Let's do 120,000 times 20, which is the 20 years. Times 20 years. If you made $120,000 for 20 years, that's $2.4 million that you would have made over a 20-year span versus the $100,000 that you would have made by keeping it in a 401k, having somebody else control your money. That is why I say what you don't know will cost you. Because if you don't know this information, it is costing you millions of dollars right now. You are closer than you think. You have a lot right now. But what we don't have is the information. That's why wealthy people don't spend money. Wealthy people move money. Are y'all with me? This is what we want to teach you. This is how you could protect yourself through a government shutdown, through a recession, through a depression. It don't matter what happens when you understand financial literacy and wealth principles and how to protect your money, protect your assets. You can make sure that your family is secured. Am I giving y'all some value so far? Just let me know. I'm getting all worked up, y'all. I'm getting worked up because look, it don't make no sense. They then sold us this dream. America is the #1 marketer and sold us on this idea of working a job for 40 years, right? 40 hours a week. And you do that for 40 years and you retire with 40% of your highest income and then go get a job for another 40 years and buy that big house and pay off a mortgage for 30, 40 years. And your 401k is going to make sure you retire safely and financially free. It's a lie. It's a lie. They sold us a nightmare. It's not a dream. So those of you that's on here right now and I'm giving y'all value and you feel like this is important information, do you feel like you need more? Let me know. Type more in the chat if you like, yo, look, I need more. Belinda said they robbing us without a gun. Absolutely. Russ said I need more. Tawana said I need more. That's what I'm talking about. And the truth is this. Myself, Joy Boone, we'll be doing you a disservice if we gave you all of these strategies and information and didn't give you an opportunity to learn more. So those of you that want more, do I have your permission to share an opportunity where you could work directly with myself, Boone, and Joy together a little more intimately, a little more personable, where we could actually break a lot of these strategies down in more detail, where we don't have to cram it into a 60 or 90-minute class. We could really spend more time with you, me, just a full day. I can answer your questions. I can see your face. Joy can answer your questions, see your face. Same thing with Boone, where we can really understand your circumstances and give you a roadmap that you can actually execute on for 2026. Do I have your permission to share an opportunity? Just let me know. They said yes. They said yes. They said how much? They said yes, how much? Look, for those of you that's serious about this, not curious, and when I say serious, I'm talking about you made up your mind that look, you're not okay with settling because anything that's settled ends at the bottom. I want to share an opportunity with you, and what I want to do is bring up Boone, and I want to bring up Joy with me so we all three can actually share this opportunity with you and let you know what we have available for everybody here that truly want more. So what we want to do is invite you to join us for a full mentorship week. I'm talking about a full week every single day where I get a full day, Boone get a full day, Joy get a full day. We have other 7-figure business owners where we're going to teach you our full wealth blueprint. No matter if you are a newbie entrepreneur, if you're a seasoned entrepreneur, if you're somebody that's in corporate and you want to make sure you retire, it doesn't matter. We're going to teach you wealth building principles. And this mentorship week starts November 9th to November 14th, y'all. We're going to break this stuff down in full detail. And this is the cool thing. I'm about to give y'all this opportunity. The investment to join us for our full mentorship week is only $397. We want to make it very affordable and accessible. We know what's happening right now. There's nowhere on earth you're going to get 3 millionaires that's going to teach you for only $397. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. We want to extend this opportunity for you. And if you ready for that, type ready in the chat. And I want to do something special before we drop this link. So go get your card. If you got to move from your savings to your check-ins, whatever you got to do, get ready. I want to do something special. What I want to do for the next maybe 10 minutes when I drop this link shortly, I'm going to give you $100 off. There's going to be a code. The code word is called legacy. We're going to put it in the chat, so don't miss this. You're going to get $100 off tonight only. So it's going to be an investment of only $297, y'all. I think they ready. Like, if y'all ready, type ready in the chat. I don't know, Boone. What you think? You think they ready?
I think we need to spice it up even more. I think we need to spice it up even more. But first off, put right in the chat if this is you already sold. You already like, I need to be a part of this. But what I want to do is I want to make this even better. So first and foremost, what we're going to do is one, I'm going to give you the real estate. So what I did, I put together a full-blown course that shows you step by step how to find properties, how to flip them, how to fix them, how to work with contractors, how to get the funding, how to work with the banks, how to get the credit card to buy the house, everything step by step by step. This is a $1,000 course. You guys want to get this for $0. You don't have to pay anything. That's going to be added a part of the ticket. The second thing is you want to go ahead and get access So my full-blown event space course is $1,000. This is, you will not have to pay this. This is going to be added a part of your ticket. This is going to be for the first 10 people that get this spot. So everybody tonight is going to be able to get access to this for $100 off. But for the first 10, put 10 in the chat so we make sure we all on the same page. That first 10 are going to be able to get this, and then one other thing that we are giving you guys, that we have our own financial advisor. So we all know that financial advisors, they're not cheap. They cost tens of thousands of dollars, if not more. So what we want to do is not only just give you guys this full week, but we want to give you guys access to your own financial advisor for this week. So this Friday, you'll get access to your own financial advisor. We can go in and talk to you, put the whole game plan together, and allow you to put your piece of what you have right now, so that when you go into next week, prepared, ready, and already have a game plan on top of what we're going to be giving you guys. So put 10 in the chat if you know you're going to be one of those 10 people. Like I said, all of this stuff that you're going to go ahead and get, the financial advisor, event space course, and the real estate fundamentals course, all of this stuff plus the $100 off is only for the first 10 people. Everybody can get in, but the first 10 people are going to get those 3 specific bonuses. So if you know that you're going to be one of those 10 and you are ready, put I'm 10 in the chat, and we're going to go ahead and drop this link. I want to see who claiming that spot. Put I'm 10 if you claiming this. There we go. I already knew Belinda was going to be in. She's been locked in since the beginning. I've seen that name pop up at least 20 times.
It's a fact. All right, they ready, bro. So look, we're gonna drop this link. Let's do this countdown. Let's get this countdown going. All right, y'all. So we don't want to have no discrepancies. First 10. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the link. Drop the link.
Drop the link.
The
There we
link
go.
is
There we
in
go.
the chat, y'all, for our Wealthy Experience Mentorship Week that kicks off November 9th through the 14th. It's going to be super powerful, super jam-packed. And not just myself, Joy, and Boom. We have other special guests coming in. We're going to teach you how to get access to funding, how to get access to credit cards, lines of credit. We're going to teach you how to actually go out there and get free money. We got the best in the business when it comes to winning grants. We're going to actually teach you how to make money as a skill set when it comes to insurance, not just protecting your family and utilizing it to invest, how you could actually make money by servicing other people when it comes to insurance. So it's going to be top tier information, a top tier experience. And those of you that lock in your spot, type I'm in when you lock in your spots. But I want to show you something really quick when you go there so y'all don't skip past this, right? Because you got the $100 off code that we gave you. So what you want to do when you go on the site, right? You're going to go and you're going to secure your spot. And then right here where it says enter coupon code, don't miss this. You're going to put legacy. Once you put legacy in there, I'm going to apply. And it's going to spin for like 0.2 seconds. Then boom, there you go. That's $100 off you have saved. So it's only going to be $297. And listen, I'm just being completely honest with you. This week is not just another mentorship. This is the mentorship week that you need to be a part of. So if you got to put it on a credit card, if you got to call somebody to send you that money, if you got to transfer from your savings to your check and make the investment in yourself, even if you got to do a payment plan, you can utilize Klarna. You can pay as little as $74.25 in 4 total payments, right? You could actually get Afterpay. I don't care. We're giving you so many options because all we know is that we need to put you in the environment, because your environment will change you way before you can change it. I promise you, you're not going to be able to unsee what you're going to see during this mentorship week. Let me know in the chat. Can you unsee what Joy shared with you tonight? Can you unsee what Boom shared? You can't unsee it. You go back to work like, I don't even feel the same way because I know it's a trap. Like you looking at your 401ks, like you about to throw your phone at the wall. Ask me how you know, because I've been there. I've been there. So comment, I'm in the chat if you are, and I just wanted to share my screen and show you how that. Figure out a way, make it happen.
Tell them what time it's going to be, and if it's in person or virtual.
It is going to be 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are kicking it off, and this is virtual. So if you go on,
no reason.
Yeah, whatever you need to do, just make sure you on your laptop or your phone, really your laptop. But whatever you got to do, be available. It is virtual. You can do it from anywhere in the world.
Yo, to piggyback on what you said no, I can't unsee. You can't unsee this. One of my mentors told me that once your mind's expanded, it can't go back to its original shape. So once you see things, once you hear things, that just blows your mind. You see wealth, you hear about these different strategies. You can't act like you didn't hear this now. You just can't. Now that you're hearing, okay, they're talking about assets, they're talking about property, they're talking about life insurance, they're talking about protecting your ass, they're talking about all those things. Now you're gonna wake up tomorrow morning like, yo, I remember the first time somebody really broke down real estate to me. I'm driving, I can't see. I'm like, damn, that's worth this, that's worth this. I can't turn it off now. So once that stuff is in your mind, you have to act on it. You ever have something that you want so bad that you can't just stop thinking about it? I gotta go ahead and get that. That's what you guys are gonna be on right now. But what I don't want you to do is to wake up tomorrow and try to figure this thing out on your own. Because you already know you want this. Put yes in the chat. If you already know that you want this, put yes in the chat. But what I would hate for you is to wake up tomorrow and say, I want this and I'm gonna do this solo. You have three people that already walk the path that you are about to walk on. We know where the potholes are. We know where the stop signs are. We know where the red lights are. We know where this is at. We know where everything is at. So I advise you to work with people that already went on that path. So you do not have to go and hit the pothole and now you got to change the tire. So now you don't have to go ahead and do this. So now you don't have to worry about all the things that we already done. I can tell you right now what's going to happen to a T. Like I got the globe already. I can tell you exactly what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, and when it's going to happen. So you want to lock in with people that's already on. Mogul already showed you over $1 million just in life insurance on the screen. I'm calling the person that already did it before. That's just me. Joy already talking about she had multiple spots in different cities. I'm going with her. I'm already like, you got things like that, and she's doing this for not just 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. She's doing this over a decade, so it makes sense. Let me go to the person that's already been doing this and not just doing this for the last 2 months. They've been doing this for the last 10 plus years. But that's just me. I don't know, Joe. You want to add something? That's literally just me, how I think.
2 decades, I'm old, give me my experience, 2 decades. But
I just said over deck. I didn't want to throw it out there like that. I said the keyword over. I said over.
But if you know that you need this, but for some reason you feel like it's not going to work for me, or I don't have enough money, or I've tried this before and it didn't work, give me a 2 in the comments. Because a lot of times we see an opportunity and it's like our guts like, yeah, I want it, but then we start talking ourselves out of it. We start thinking of all the reasons why it's not going to work. And so for all of my twos in there, I want to say this. I had to start all the way over from scratch, right? Went through a divorce, husband tried to kill me, toxic marriage, took all the money out the account. February of 3 years ago, my mom had to pay my rent. And I'm sitting here like, how did I get here? I had mapped my life out perfectly. I had the picture perfect life. If you look on the outside via social media, and I never thought that just getting a divorce would have landed me where it landed me. And I for a while, I did have a negative mindset, like, oh my gosh, how's happened to me? But I had the choice of saying, you know what, I don't have it in me. I don't have enough energy. I don't have the money. I could have listed all the reasons why I couldn't come back. Or I could have been like, I'm about to just go all in and at least try. The worst case to happen if I try is that I'll be at the same spot that I'm at right now. But what if it works?
Mm-hmm.
So if there's any of my twos on there that you can give a laundry list of reasons why it's not going to work. But if we're hoping, praying, and wishing that our life next year isn't like how it is right now, our life next month isn't how it is right now, our bank account next year isn't like it is right now, then I would say get the ticket. Get the ticket and go out on a limb of what if it works. Because if we do nothing, if we stay where we are, we already know where we're going to be, at the same spot. But if we try something new, God put you on the Zoom for a reason. It is Sunday Funday. Y'all could have been anywhere else, but for some reason, you done found your way here. Mm-hmm. God works in mysterious ways, and God works by showing us signs. Mm-hmm. And speaking from someone who literally had to start over from scratch with her mama paying rent, to being in, I think, 16 months, be able, but I got with the right mentors, got with the right team, the two little handsome young men right there on that screen, and I would have partnered with someone to show me some different things that tweaked what I was doing, allow me to make $5 million in the last 18 months. I'm telling you, it's going to work. Mm. So don't worry about, can you see your way out? Don't worry about what your game plan is. You just worry about, how can I show up on the Zoom session and just receive the information? And just number one, getting the game is going to give you a game plan. Mm. So once we have a plan, now we can put some processes and procedures into place to now execute the plan. See, we don't sell wolf tickets, right? After the 5th day, y'all not about to be a millionaire, right? After the 5th day, you're not about to have 15 stores. We aren't selling a wolf ticket, right? Mm-hmm. But if you work day after day, you will. And a lot of times we think, it took me this far to get here, I don't have it in me, because I had built a very great life, but it took me a good 20 years. But God blessed me in 3. Because see, whatever God takes away from you, he's going to give you back what the devil took times 10. Mm. So in my previous life, it took me years, right, to build a multiple 7-figure enterprise and have the big house and the Rolls Royces. But he took it all away because I was building with the wrong person. I was building with someone who was trying to dig a hole in my boat. Give me a 2 in the comments if you know your boo, your spouse, your friend, someone in your inner circle is really competing with you. Mm. They don't really have your best interest at heart. Every time you have a master plan or a dream, or you try to do something, they always telling you why it ain't gonna work for you. They're always putting you down. They're always showing your imperfections versus praising you on what you are doing good or what you do bring to the table. And you just get negative energy, and you try to just to swoosh it off, but all that stuff, it seeps in. And so literally, if you're sleeping with the enemy like I was, if you were birthed into the enemy and maybe your family, you are literally stuck in a toxic circle, and that is so hard for you to get out of. And so when you come into a different community, when you get around strangers who will treat you better than family, when you get around people who are just trying to give, like, I don't need anything in return. I want to give you the same blueprint that I use to take myself from not even having a bank account to be able to fly and travel and just live literally my best life with no strings attached, because I know what it's like to be sitting here like, I don't know how I'm about to get out of this. So for all those who are like, I know I want something new, but just get the ticket, because the information is literally going to change your life. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once you get the game plan, you have the game plan for life. And then you decide, what is your best way of attack? Do I want to do buy the businesses? Do I want to go into real estate? You saw Boone talk about his son bought a house for $8,000. We don't have to have 6 figures to invest. That same site that Ramel showed you, buy a bid sell, I went on that. I'm looking to get my son a little candy vending machine to be in the mall. Like, it doesn't take a whole lot of money just to start. And you just get in where you feel comfortable. We're showing you 3 different ways to skin the cat, multiple tools, and you just choose which way works for you. It works internationally. The class is going to be recorded. You'll have access to the replay. So if you work, get in and watch the replay. You're traveling, get in and watch the replay. You'll be out of town, get in and watch the replay. Like, just get the information. Stop acting like if the information doesn't come at the perfect time, at the perfect place, I'm going to wait till next time. There may not be a next time. The way that the government is going, the way that, I don't even know what you want to call whatever this is, but we are literally about to have people not be able to have food. Like, that's where we are right now in 2025. We're talking about the president saying that we're not going to have food. So if we think the traditional road of having a job and running on a 401k is about to work, you need to read the writing on the wall. So in these times is not the time to be scared, is not the time to withdraw. This is the time to go on offense. What am I going to do to get a game plan so that financially I am independent of a person or of a job? I'm not saying quit your job. I'm just saying if you go to your job next Friday and the job says we're closing, or the job is like Amazon, who just laid off 30,000 people because of AI, or UPS, who just laid off 48,000 people, or Amazon just leaked an email saying they're about to lay off 60,000 more employees this year. If that happens to your job, do you have another thing to pivot, another lane of how we can get some income in to cover your mortgage, to cover your car note, to cover your kids' private school? So what we're giving you for just $297 is a lifeline of, hey, either I'm about to make a new stream of income, I'm going to have some passive income, I'm going to be able to invest in a way that when I retire, I don't have to go work at Walmart if they're still going to be open. Like, everyone on this call, if you're on this call, you just need to get a ticket. Buy the ticket scared, buy the ticket broke. The other programs didn't work. We ain't the other programs. Period, point blank. We have all come here from different walks of life. We've all been on the other side of the 8 ball. We all had to dig our way out of holes. So we're coming leading with our heart. The $297 is for y'all to show up. If we said it was free, you wouldn't show up because nobody values free. Nobody values free. When you pay attention. So if you have to go negative in your account, go negative. You have to go borrow money, go borrow the money. Go put it on a credit card. Go call someone, hey, I need you to cash at me, not now, but right now, $297. Go ahead and show them the payment plans, Ramel. I think we have Klarna and we have Afterpay. You have Affirm or Afterpay?
Afterpay. I'm gonna try to.
You have Afterpay. Someone asked me, we don't have Affirm. We have Klarna and we have Afterpay. Right there, Klarna and Afterpay. But now is the time to get in. Now is the time to get in. And I'm speaking from someone who didn't have it and had to start all the way over. And I was just trying to get rent money. And God said, girl, you are playing too small. Let me bless you. So don't look at your current situation. Don't look at what I try to class. Don't look at any of that. Just say, you know what? If God put you on the Zoom for a reason, if you are needing a new game plan, if you're needing a new way out, here it is. Get in, either show up or watch the replay and get the information. Then share the information during Thanksgiving. Tell your loved ones about, hey, your 401k may not be here. They just gave the banks a whole bunch of more money Halloween night. That means that the bank liquidity is not there. You have to read the signs on the wall, right? So you want to make sure that no matter what happens in this world, your family, your kids, your mama and daddy, your circle is good.
That's a fact. Yo, Ramel, can you share the screen? Go to the beginning of the page one more time. I just want to go through with everybody so everybody clear and everything. They got a bunch of questions. Go back again. So you guys, it is November 9th through the 14th, starting this Sunday, this week. This is not one of the things I'm gonna just try this next month. I'm gonna get this next year. It starts this week in a few days. The second thing, scroll down. It's not just go to the people, it's not just us, but we have other multi-millionaires gonna be speaking with you guys. So you guys, a lot of you are interested in credit and business funding. Put funding in the chat. If you guys are interested in funding and credit. We have an expert coming on to talk about how you guys can get. We just was on a live with her. She said she had 3 million in funding. I didn't even know that was even possible. And then pulled up the credit cards in the daggone Ziploc bag
Ziploc bag.
like it was Thanksgiving turkey bag.
She had
3
3
million
million
in funding and credit cards showed us. So if you again follow behind people that are already doing it. I don't need to talk to anybody else. Somebody just showed me 3 million in funding. I don't need to talk to anybody else. We're having her come on. This is something she charges $15,000 for. You guys are getting a part of that for $297. Put crazy in the show. That's crazy. Then scroll down more. Then you have someone that's been helping people get grants. I'm talking about tens of millions. I think she might be at 100 million plus in grant funding that she has helped people get. There's another person called charges tens of thousands of dollars to get this information. She's giving you guys that on the strength of us for only $297. Put crazy in the chat. That's even crazier. So now it's no reason why you can't start. You got credit card funding and you got grant funding. And then we have another individual that charges tens of thousands of dollars for this information, showing you specifically how to structure, leverage, and put together the whole life insurance play that's been doing life insurance for 10, 15 years. I think even longer than that. So you have all the resources around you guys. The thing that you have to do is use it. Like we got the car lined up, we got the car gassed up, we got the seats lined up for you, cleaned up, everything, but you have to get in the car. There's no monthly service fee. It's a one time. It's a one time. And then go to the checkout page mode. Every single thing is going to be on Zoom. So you're not going to miss a beat. And if you do, for whatever reason, it is all going to be recorded so you can be able to catch up and watch the entire recording. So once you go to the checkout page, scroll down. You want to put your information in, but then you put the code in as legacy, and you're going to be able to get $100 off. On top of that, you have the Klarna option and you have the afterpay option. I'm trying to find a. I'm really going to this page trying to find a reason why you shouldn't do it, and I can't find. I sold myself talking going through the page. I'm like, dang, I need to sign up for this. Oh yeah, I'm teaching on it. Like this is you getting every single thing that you need. So if you guys, and we're gonna close this up in about 7 minutes. If you guys are about to go ahead and lock in your spot, comment 1 sec. If you like, yo, listen, give me 1 more second. I'm about to go and get my spot. Just put 1 second in chat. And once you join, you get access to this information. It's not like you're gonna go away. You're gonna be able to keep the recordings. They're yours. I'm a Moog. I don't know if you want to add anything.
Yeah, nah, I want to add something to it. I seen somebody in the chat said that they invested for mentorship like in the past, and like they felt like they didn't get their money back or their money's worth and all those cool things. So I want us to talk to that, because put a one in the chat if you suffering from some type of like financial trauma, right? Like you suffering from some type of course trauma, some mentorship trauma. You suffering from something that is really holding you back. Like you've been through an experience where you strive to invest in yourself, but it didn't go right, right? Or you actually made an investment into a business or idea or to a person and it just didn't go right. Right? Put a one in the chat. This is the thing that I'm seeing as most common, and we are allowing that to hold us back. But I gotta be real with y'all. Like, how many of us been in relationships and we've been giving that person a second, third, fourth, fifth chance? Right? We would give it too many chances, right? But you won't give yourself another chance. You won't give yourself another chance to get in another room to get another mentorship. How many of us say we're not going to do something, and then every single year we got a New Year's resolution is the same New Year's resolution from last year and the same one from the year before that? So we are able to give everything else another chance, but not give ourselves another chance. I want to just let us sit on that, right? And a lot of times we need to go through the pain, right? One of my mentors said, you know, we need to understand the depths of hell to understand and be grateful about the elevation in heaven. And when I hear that, it just really makes me think about the fact that, look, if you went through a mentorship, if you went through a program, and if it didn't work out, well, when you do get in a program that it will work out, you're going to appreciate it and you're going to work that much harder. Because you got to know the difference. Because a lot of times people jump in mentorship and they don't even realize how good it is because you never had nothing to compare it to. So you may have had to go through that actual experience so you get with us, and now you appreciate it, but now you are able to execute on a different level.
Correct.
Are y'all with me on that? And we cannot wait until we hit rock bottom. Like, this is what happens. We wait until something like this happens where there's no more SNAP benefits and now there's no more food and now we struggling trying to figure out, should I invest? Don't wait until it's too late. Don't wait until it's a point where you can't really bounce back. Don't wait until everything falls and hits you and then now you want to take life serious. We can't do that. And I'm saying this because just like Joy said, there's no magic pill. We would lie to you, know, and tell you, oh, you're going to be a millionaire by the end of the week or next week. That's not going to happen. It takes time. But I will say this, and there's a quote that I heard like years ago. Time is inevitable, but growth is optional, which means time is going to pass us by regardless. So whether you just sit and you pass up on opportunity and you wait, right? Wait stands for what am I thinking? You thinking about how everything going to go wrong? You thinking about, look, do you even believe enough in yourself that when you're going to make the sacrifice to be there? There's a lot of people asking in the chat, oh, is it recorded? Listen, this should be nothing more important than you learning life-changing information. If I got a job, I'm letting them know, look, I need my PTO because we make it happen for things that's important to us. My mentor told me there's no such thing as I can't afford it. There's only a such thing as it's not important enough to me to figure it out. Because when it's something that we care about, something that we want to do, we calling off. When it's Breezy Bowl, y'all, we calling off. When Beyonce in town, look, we calling off. We know how to get outside and make things happen when we want to make it happen. So this is a week that you need to make it happen. You need to make the phone call. You need to cash in on that PTO. We need to make the sacrifice. Because sometimes we got to understand, what are we willing to give up to go up? What are you willing to give up to go up? That's what you need to ask yourself. Are you worth $297? And I'm sharing this out of a place of love, right? Because sometimes we need to talk directly to each other and not sugarcoat it. We need to talk directly. Is this important to you or not? If you have a mom or a dad that's still living right now, type me in the chat. If you have a son or a daughter right now that you come home to every single day, type me in the chat. If you have these important people to you in your life and you have an opportunity to invest $297 to learn how to change their life and you don't do it, you selfish. There's no way I can look my wife and my sons in the eyes and be like, look, I had an opportunity to invest and learn something. I could change your life. I didn't do it. Look, I'm a waste. It's bigger than you. We're not talking directly about what you got going on. I want you to think about your life next year and what your child's life is going to look like. We talking about insurance. It's bigger than you just getting insurance to invest. What happens if you have a life-altering event? Let's say you get into a car accident. Let's say you get sick, because what can go wrong will go wrong. God doesn't show us his calendar. We don't know. We don't know what's ahead, but we got to be prepared. So you need to have insurance in the case that there's something happens where you can't work anymore and you need to cash in on your insurance. You need to make sure that you have your money invested in assets. I'm going to say this last piece because I'm getting worked up, y'all. We got to close this thing up. I'm going to say this last piece, y'all. This is how important investing is. And boom, I know you could definitely attest to this, right? If you invested in real estate 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, it's paying you today, right? The value appreciated today. So that was the safety net. So when there is a tough time, because everybody's going to deal with tough times, but it's the people that invest early, the people that are prepared, the people that execute, the people that say, look, I'm willing to do whatever it takes right now. I'm willing to do the sacrifices. I'm willing to be disciplined. Those are going to be the people that win. But anybody that sees an opportunity and makes an excuse, we can't make excuses. We either gonna make deposits or we're gonna make excuses. We can't do both. Can't do both at the same time.
That's a fact.
Can't do both at the same time, y'all. So that's really what I wanted to say. And type I'm in the chat. I don't care if you signed up 10 minutes ago or just 10 seconds ago. type I'm in the chat, and we want to personally shout you out because this is a big deal. And we want to be excited. We want to make sure that you are ready for what's about to happen next week. So let's shout them out, y'all. We got who we got in here. Aisha, congratulations. Samsung, change your name, but shout out to you. Then y'all, I think I said that right. Congratulations, Bobby, Georgianne. Georgianne, that sounds crazy. All right, that's good. Starlet, what's up?
Augustine, hit the blue button that says apply, and that will give you your coupon.
Yep. The same way he just did it when he shared the screen.
There we go. Caroline, Dion or Diane. Listen, I'm sounding like you today, Boom.
let me read the names. I was
Let's go,
I don't even attempt. I don't even attempt.
Danielle, Rashida, Tyra, Belinda's having an issue. Okay. Paul.
And then for a couple people, if you saying the page is spinning, it's probably a signal here. Just close out the page and then just refresh it, because a lot of people joined in, so the page is working. It's probably just a little signal here. You might just gotta close it out and reopen it. Happens to all of us.
Belinda. Iris is in. Rufus. Oh, come on. Rufus is in. Starlet is in. I like your name, Starlet. Yay. Yay. For those of y'all who are having issues, either try refreshing your screen. Lindsay is in. Rena is in. Okay, so Valeria, you want to check your spam folder. And then Ibiana, you wanna click on the different links to choose a payment plan. Shanitra is in.
Congrats.
Congratulations, baby. Belinda, come on, girl, get in and stop playing.
And if you see somebody that says I'm in, I want you to go ahead and reply on their comment and say congrats. Because these are about to be your new business partners. These are about to be your new business partners that you're going to be able to connect and build with. Because those day one friends, I promise you that y'all you just stop asking them. Stop asking, let's start this business. Stop asking us about it. It ain't happening. And if it do, you super lucky. That's a 1% right there. But it ain't happening. These people, you don't have to go ahead and beg them to come to the finish line with you. They already there waiting for you. The one thing I want to add in, I want to say this quick story, that if you guys, every time you wait, it costs more. Every single time you wait, it costs more. So my little cousin was hanging out with me today. He made up his mind. He said he want to give real estate a try. He's in 12th grade. He said, I don't think I want to do college thing. I said, I want to do real estate. I said, I'm not mad at either decision, but you got to figure out what you want. So I took him to a couple of my properties today, but he asked me a good question. He said, well, how do you decide on which ones you want to buy? So I said, okay, let me show you something. So we drove around the neighborhoods, and if you guys know, when they're about to start building houses, the first thing they do is excavate. They dig deep. They dig deep in the ground, and that's how you know they're about to start building. So I asked them, I said, do you think it makes sense to why everything in this neighborhood is cheap? You think it makes sense to wait for this houses to be built and sell for $1 million and finally start investing? He said, no, because once that house is built, everything gonna be expensive now. I said, exactly. So when you see signs of things happening, you jump on it now, so now you catch that upside while they're going up. And that's the same thing for you guys on right now. You guys are seeing signs. You're hearing this from me. You're hearing this from Joe. You're hearing this from Ramel. You're seeing the signs directly. So why wait till, oh, damn, shoot, Joy, Ramel, boom, they billionaires. Let me finally just see what's going on. It's too late now. It's super expensive. First off, we're not even going to be on these calls. That's first and foremost. The second thing now is how much these policies going to cost, how much these houses are going to cost, how much of all these different things. We don't even know what the government is going to afford. It might be some new type of structure where you can't even just apply and get approved for 100,000 in fund. These things are going to be changing. So why wait until you see everything come to fruition? They're finally going to start. We got to start having some faith. We got to start having some faith. The same thing I told him, you don't wait for the building to be built. You start buying the stuff around it while it's going on. And that's what you guys need to start doing, having some faith. You seen what's going on. And the thing about it, you don't even have to wait for, we're showing you live. I just showed you 3 to 4 houses live. Like I can't. They're on Zillow. I can't fake it. It's on Zillow. It's like it's live. Ramel just showed you a policy live. Joey just showed you a daggone building. I got a freaking sign the size of a car saying about dealership. Like you can't fake this stuff. It's live. So that's all I really want to say because like Ramel, you said you get worked up. Me is like when something makes sense, it's just like let's just do it. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you this. For those of y'all who are having like that doubt, you got to ask yourself, where is that coming from, right? Because the only way that Satan can attack you, he can't stop you from showing up. He's going to attack you here in your mind. He's going to have you think of all the reasons why you shouldn't do it. Is it going to work? Is it going to be this? Is it going to be that? Is it? And so you have to ask yourself, are you sick and tired of where you are right now? Does your situation need to change? Are you in a relationship or a marriage and you know I need an exit plan? Are you in a job and you're like, this job is it's not, either it's not fulfilling or they are not appreciating me. Like I want an exit plan. Like some of us need an exit plan. And although we need an exit plan, I don't want it's 297. Satan gonna come right here and tell you why you don't need to do it. Because Satan wants to keep you stuck. And that's how he works. He can't physically stop you. He can't remove the blessing. He just stops you from going to get it. And he stops you right here. Not just on this class, in life. He gonna convince you, don't even worry about the replays. That stuff ain't gonna work. It never worked before. It's only going to work for them. You weren't as smart as them. You weren't all that's Satan. All that's Satan. If they got kids on YouTube, millionaires, why can't you win? No, come on. Come on. Like anyone can do this. Boone don't have no college degree. He just showed you he working at a retirement home. Ramel, I'm making no money in what he got his degree in. I'm clearly not making any money in where I got my degree in. I'm just using all my experience. So it can be done. What we're saying can be done. What you have to do is ask yourself, are you sick and tired of buying your own excuses? Are you sick and tired of just being comfortable? Are you tired of just being good, but you're not great? Like there's another layer in you. There's another level that you could be working on, another level that you could be. And you're just content with just being good. Because if you showed up tonight, you showed up for a reason. And so it's like, the only time that you're going to change is when you're really sick and tired of being sick and tired. So the question is going to be, are you really sick and tired, or are you good? Are you cool with just being good? I'm cool with my situation. I'm cool with my job. I mean, it's all right. And the more we accept the more we accept just being good, God gonna take that away. Because he didn't put us on this earth to be good. He gave you all of these talents and these gifts to be great. And whatever isn't appreciated is gonna always be taken. So you can either do it now and be ready and have a game plan and be able to execute, meet other like-minded people, maybe your next business partner, your next accountability person. But you're on this call for a reason.
I want to ask y'all something. I want to get y'all feedback on something before we close out. And if y'all need about 2 more minutes, type 2 minutes in the chat. If you're trying to lock in, you need 2 more minutes. Why we give y'all this time? I want to ask you
The
this
Telegram group is for everybody that gets their ticket. You're going to get a link to join the Telegram group. It's going to be sent to your email. I've seen 2 people say, I found it was in my spam. So that goes for everybody. It could possibly, just like those 2 people said, it could possibly be in your spam. So make sure you check all the mail. And then also Apple updated these phones. So now you have to go ahead and go to the left tab and hit all mail. So you see all the inboxes. Deion said it was in spam. There you go. Go ahead, Mo. A couple people said that.
No, that's good. That's good. So I wanted to ask y'all this, right? Because I was at the barbershop the other day, and when I went in the barbershop, there was another barber in there. He recognized me. He was like, "Yo, you the mogul dude, right?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Yo, like that stuff is real. Like that stuff really like real. Like people really buy businesses and like this stuff looks like it's a scam, right?" Like, and it really was like a really eye opener for me because this is like usually I get a house call, right? It's the first I'm traveling, so I'm like, let me go to the barbershop and just to have this person recognize me. And the fact that everyday people just don't believe that this stuff is real, right? And as I start to reflect on the drive home, I'm realizing the reason why we don't believe it's real is because we've never seen representation of it around us.
Mm-hmm.
We've never seen nobody own millions of dollars in real estate. We never seen nobody make $100,000 in a day. We never seen nobody have $1 million policy. So it's like that's not real. That's not real, right? So that's why we take our mission so serious because we want to be that representation. We want you to know it's possible for people that look like you, that come from where you come from. None of us was born into millions. And Joy had a deep, good life coming up, but look, none of us was born into millions, right? But we understood that we needed to get an environment around other people that did the things that we wanted to do. The fastest way to get rich and build wealth is to find somebody that did the thing that you want to do, pay them exactly what they are asking for, and do exactly what they are saying consistently. But all of these things are going to always feel foreign because we are not exposed to it. We got to get in the environment. Your environment is really going to change everything. If I say it all the time, your environment will change you way before you change it. If you around a bunch of people that's gossiping and they talking about other people, they ain't talking about no money and they cool with just bare minimum and they like, all right, cool, we not going to change our lives. You like, what do you expect your life to be like? What do you expect? But guess what? When you in a room with Joy and Boone and everybody's saying, look, this is what we doing. We getting up and we working. Like just how we was on the call earlier today before we got started. Some of y'all probably heard. We like, Joy, you on 5 stages this week. And look, goddamn, I got to get up and go do something, right? It's just the environment is different. So we
Mm-hmm.
want to make sure we not only give you information, but we're curating an environment for the entire week where you're going to be around other people that you don't got to convince to get up and work that you're gonna actually start to build with. Joy and Boone, these are my day twos. And we done made a lot of impact and a lot of money together. We ain't know each other 3 years ago. And I got people that I've been around 20 years that I can't even build with on this level, y'all. So you gotta get yourself out there, getting another level. And I'm gonna say this last piece. And drop the support email team for the people that's having issues with their spam. If you having issues with any of these with your payment, what you can do is email us at our support email. So team, put the support email in the chat. Back in well, matter of fact, I don't even want to say that story. I want to throw it back to y'all actually, Joy and Boone. I want y'all to kind of give any insight on people thinking that this stuff is real. Like when did it become real for y'all? Right? Because all of us come from like a space where this was all foreign, right? But when did it become real? And talk to that person that have a mindset that they probably on this call and they know they want to do this, but they don't even believe that it's possible. Is Joy real? Is Boone real? Is Mogul real? Is this insurance stuff real? Is this stuff like just talk to that because I know a lot of people are struggling with that.
I was forced into it. I came online because I was like, I had to pay my rent. Like I was locked out of businesses. Husband took all the money out the account. So it was like I had to do something. So I was like, well, people always talk about they can make money online. I thought it was a scam, but you know, sometimes when your back is against the wall, well, let me go figure this thing out, right? Once you get the information, Ramel pulled up webs like life insurance is real, right? Life insurance is real. Real estate is real. Now the question is going to be, are you ready to actually go to that next level? Are you ready to take that next step and be able to learn something that is not in your comfort zone? Because here's the thing, these things are not taught in school, and they're not taught in school for a reason. So a lot of times what we feel is our comfort zone, what we're used to hearing, we think that's normal. And a person with no college degree having millions of real, that doesn't even make sense. It's not supposed to make sense. They don't teach this in school for a reason. They teach us to follow the system, to go out and get a job, to go comply with what everything else is having, so that there's those that have, and then there's the ones that are barely having. The one on that rat race. You make just enough money to pay the bills, just enough money, but if that transmission go out, if you get sick for 3 months, it's going to be a problem. So this may out it's supposed to sound foreign. If it sounds normal and you're not doing it, then that doesn't make sense. So these are all new ways of making money. But here's my thing. Whenever I hear something that's different, my thing is, well, let me go get the information and see for myself. Because if you're making money doing this, let me go see what you're talking about. So I would rather go invest and get the information. Okay, now what you say you do, you got to do this, and this. And I may go Google it on my own to confirm it's this, and this. Bam, I'm in. But now you have a whole new way of making money, a whole new way of buying real estate. You don't have to walk into the bank and get a loan. You can go get on Monday, you're going to see a lady who literally, you can go look on Boone's page last Tuesday, held up 2 gallon-sized Ziploc bags with a whole bunch of credit cards, $3 million in credit cards. She goes and buys real estate via credit cards. So if it sounds foreign, it's supposed to, it's new information. The question is going to be, do you want to get in on the information, or do you want to stay stuck where you are? That's the hurdle. Because see, sometimes we complain about being stuck, but we don't really want to go out there and make a change because, number one, it may be too much work. And then number two, what if we really win? Some people are scared to win. Like, y'all are really scared to. I am so used to being in my comfort zone. I'm so used to this. I'm scared to actually go in. What if it works? What if it works? So my vote is try something new. Not for you. Try something new for your kids. Try something new for your grandkids. Try something new to leave a legacy for your favorite church, your favorite organization, your favorite nonprofit. Try something new. And for everyone who's saying that they don't have it, we are on here. We all believe in a higher power, right? I'm a Christian. We got Farrakhan over there with Ramel. We are not trying to take your 297. Okay, this is not the scam for the 297. So we're gonna have support drop their support email. If you didn't get it, if it didn't go into your spam, if you didn't get whatever the case is, go and email support and they're gonna clear you out. Okay, but we can't fix anything on the Zoom right now. But support, go ahead and drop the support email and y'all say, hey, I paid, I did because God can't bless me. Muhammad can't bless Ramel. We ain't doing this for 297, right? We are doing this to give y'all the information so that you can now change your life. Not for you, but for your legacy. So do it scared, do it broke. If you don't like where you are, you have to do something to make a change. The money may not be in your bank account. So let's go on to step B. It's not there. Where are you going to go get it? What are you going to go sell? Who are you going to go ask? Don't just take one no. Oh, I don't have it. Well, that means it's not supposed to be for me. Well, then you can't be tired of your situation, because when I was sick and tired, when I had to move to a brand new state because my husband tried to kill me and then took all the money out the accounts and then locked me out of my, and I'm like, oh, I will not be here in 60 days. I worked. Didn't no Amazon package come deliver my rent? It's hard out here. It's hard for everybody. But once you are tired of your situation, you will show up. And I just went online every single day. I went live every single day. I don't know. I don't have no money for the inventory. I don't have no money for a brick and mortar. I am about to just go online and just give information about starting a business, inform LLCs. I went on Google and YouTube, figure out how to do a digital product, and I sold a grant bundle. And every single day I went live, and every single day I showed up. Every single day. I just worked and worked and worked and worked and worked and worked. Lillian, email support. Just email support. If you haven't received anything, just grab the support email and just email support. In fact, if you bought a ticket, just screenshot the screen right now and just email support to make sure they all have everything. But you have to show up. That means you have to be crazy and go all in on trying to make a change. I'm going to get the information. So now I know what my options are to change my financial situation for the rest of your life. And once you go all in on you, it will change.
That was good. That was good. That was
You
good.
muted. That was good. That was good.
Yeah, that was good. So real quick, boom, I want to hear your take on this too, but really quick before you do that, once you sign up, if you don't have an email, which you should have an email, go check your spam. Please go check your spam, go check your junk mail. Worst case scenario, make sure you email our support team. Support, can you put the email in the chat one more time for everybody that needs it? So email support, they're gonna take care of you. Just like Joy said, I'm gonna be honest with you, we're not trying to run off with nobody 297. It's gonna do more for you than it does for us. Just being honest with you, right? So we want to make sure we help you out. So please just go through the process, email support, and we're gonna take care of you. The next thing is you're gonna get a Telegram link. That Telegram link is where all the communication is going to be. We're going to let you know the schedule for the week, all of the different classes. You'll get everything that you need. Just get in and we're going to take care of you. I just want to make sure that's clear because I see a lot of questions on that, but I'll pass it to you, Boom.
When I started seeing changes with I'm talking about the exact moment I started seeing change is when I changed the environment. I'm talking about the exact moment. It was like a light switch just hit on and I could see everything now. My very first class I went to, right? The very first class I paid $250 for. So that's why I relate to what we're doing and what you guys are going through right now, because I paid a similar amount for a class. I paid 250. It was 250 or 300. Let's just say 250. It was $250 for a class. It wasn't even a week long. It was a couple hours. It was a 1 day, 3 hour class. And when I tell you, it changed everything. And me and Ramel was talking about this a couple weeks ago, but the opportunity is in the opportunity. I went to this class. This was just a class on business. It had nothing to do about real estate. But I knew that I was not around anybody that was doing the things I wanted to do, anybody that I admired in that way. So I just started going to places where other wealthy, other rich, other affluent people were at. It was this class, it was $250. I went to that class. That class had nothing to do about real estate, but I met my real estate mentor there. And then it connected me to another person. And then it connected me to another person. When I tell you, it just was so emotional because I went to this one room and just met people that connected me to another room and connected me to another room. It was like you ever open up that box. It's another box and another box and another box. And it was like I went and bought 250, bought me the big box, but then there was another box in there real estate. There was another box in there about business credit. There was another box in there about more real estate. There was another box in there. It just kept getting just deeper and deeper and deeper. But every time I opened it, I got access to a new layer of info. I got access to another person. So for what you guys are on here, I want you to keep that in mind. The opportunities out in the opportunity. So join into this room because your next business partner is going to be here. Join into this room because then that's going to lead you to the next door, which is really going to unlock that full-blown thing that you've been dreaming about. So that's all I want to go ahead and say is, look, when I changed my environment, it was literally, I can't make this up. It was like I turned the light switch on and I could just see every single thing clearly. Because right now, you ever try to walk in a room and you being lazy, like, I just need to grab just something off the table. I'm not going to hit the light. I'm going to just grab it because I know where everything is. You out here walking around blind. Take your time and just hit the switch so now you can clearly see everything that's on the field, everything that's in front of you, and you can go ahead. When you actually go ahead and invest and hit that switch, you're going to move a lot faster because you're not walking around like this. You can find, oh, I was right there, boom. I can just grab it. I can go about my day. But you're taking a long time because you're walking around blind. Allow us to turn the switch on for yourself. Now you can see, okay, I need to open up a policy over here. I need to buy a property over here. I need to open up an LLC that way. And now you can streamline your success because I see the whole field clearly. Right now, you just guessing.
Mhm.
Put me in the chat. If you just let's be honest. You just guessing. Let's just have a transparent moment, right? Put me in the chat. If you just guessing. Me, me. Me, a lot of you guys, like, and if you know that, you know, okay, I'm just guessing. You know this, then it's time to go and change. So, Ramel, I'm gonna pass it back to you, or we just gonna close this out. So, if you need 2 more minutes, comment 2 minutes in the chat. If not, we'll close this out. We're supposed to be closing this out at 8:30. We kept this going long enough for you guys, but if you just need 2 more minutes, this is gonna be the final 2 minutes and then we're gonna close this out. So just put 2 minutes. So we just keep an eye out for your name. Just put 2 minutes in the chat. If you need 2 more minutes. And team, can you drop the link? And again, like Joey said, like Ramel said it, if you have any questions about anything, email the support email so you can have your own personal conversation to get whatever question you have answered. All right.
And then for those of you guys who are having an issue, getting the ticket, the addresses, whatever that is, just email support. Just email support and they will help you get your ticket. So that on the 9th, that's Sunday, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
On Sunday, we're gonna be there.
Next
Check
week.
your spam folders. This for those who are driving, the support email is going to be, what's the support email? Because something that they couldn't screenshot it. It is going to be support at Wealthy Child business email, support at wealthychildchallenge.com. So if you're driving, support at wealthychildchallenge.com. So if you don't see the email, you check your spam, check your promotional folder, check your junk folder. If you have nothing, you may have entered your email address wrong. Like a lot of times someone will put a .con, C-O-N, instead of .com. Once again, none of us on here are trying to get 297 for nothing, right? Because we don't want God to curse our blessings. So that's not what we're trying to do. So I believe in full transparency. If you don't receive anything, email the support team. We are not going to take no one's money and they didn't get what they paid for. So you may have entered your email address wrong. If you emailed it wrong, you won't get any email confirmations. You won't get the Zoom. You won't get anything that you need to be ready for Monday. So do all this now. Don't wait until Monday and class starts. Sunday and class starts, and then now you're trying to DM us and we're on the Zoom. So make sure that you email the support team if you couldn't get in. If you need to wait to get, for Friday for your paycheck, still email them. Bully Boom gonna be like, no, but a closed mouth don't get fit. I'll say, hey, can I still get the link to get in? Email them when you get your check. But you want to get in. Okay, the information is going to change you. Meeting these people, me meeting Ramel and Boone, they literally changed my life. And I met Boone at a conference when he cut me in line to get the Philly cheesesteak sandwich and didn't even offer to give me.
Gosh.
I know, where they do this at least offer me one if you're gonna cut the whole line. And I had to run down and chase Ramel and his wife and this baby to stop him. So the right person or persons can literally change your life. Getting yourself in a new circle, and you're going to see next week, we have a Telegram group. We're going to be giving out homework, and be meeting all of this. You're going to meet new people with your energy, with positive energy, with trying to, lift you up, be able to bounce ideas off of. It's going to be a whole new field.
Yep.
And once you get in with the right people, your life changes. So imagine getting the new information, the right people, a game plan. The sky's going to be the limit because now you can see a way out. When I was in that dark and someone, I was waking up to people buying my grant bundle. Okay, God, you're okay. This is the road I'm supposed to be in. Perfect. I just need a little sign to know I'm going in the right way. There will be recordings. There'll be recordings. You can watch the replay. You can watch it multiple times. We start on Sunday. So get in. We start on Sunday.
Will this? No, it will not. Just get in here. Just get in here. Just get in here. Look, it's 9:05.
Time to roll.
It's past my bedtime. You know what I'm saying?
It's super past my bedtime.
But I'll be up. I'll be up.
Joy don't sleep. Joy don't sleep.
Joy helping people with grants, LLCs, business plans at 4 a.m. I'm like, yo.
Yeah. Banking after hours. Banking after hours.
This is why it's three of us. We work shifts.
Right.
Joy got the third shift.
I got the graveyard shift.
Yeah.
Sure. All right, perfect. Congratulations, everybody that's in, type I'm in the chat one more time as we close. We will see you next week. It's going to kick off Sunday, November 9th. We're going to have our VIP night. And then the day one, we'll start that Monday, November 10th. And it's going to be game time. Congratulations to everybody. That's all I have. If y'all have anything else, y'all could share it. If not, let's close this thing up. All right, we good.
Congrats. All right, see you guys Sunday.